Melanie here with ChristianCraftPaper.com, and today I'm going to do the tutorial for the Decoupage Coaster Crafting and Christ kit. So here we have your kit, and the kit will always come with a random scripture. So you're not going to get this one, but you'll get one. You can craft with this or frame it. It fits in our farmhouse frame if you have that. And we have the 2 napkins that come with this kit. So the first one is John 15:13. Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. And then the second one is 1 John 4:19. We love him because he first loved us. So these are the 2 that will come with the kit. And you're going to get 2 coasters. So the first will be a circle coaster, and these are ceramic coasters. And the second will be a square coaster. You can also get these coasters if you want extra ones online in the store, so check for those. They'll be up soon. I also have hexagon ones that are coming in hopefully today. So you also have your Mod Podge and your brush. Then you have your pressed flowers. These are real flowers. Some of them have flowers, and then some of them have flowers and foliage, so you might get either or. And then the bonus item for this kit is a canvas bag. So you could use this for a gift. You could actually use this to gift your coasters if you want to give them as a gift. They do fit in here. And we won't be doing this today, but I do have another tutorial on how to decoupage a canvas gift bag. So I will link that in this one as well. Then for the bottom of your coasters, when you get done, you have your 2 pieces of cork. So these will stick to the bottom when we're finished. You'll have a vinyl sticker in there. This will always vary. And then you'll have some more craft papers. These are random to do whatever you want. You can put these on the gift bag or just use them for other projects or use them for the coasters as well. So some things that you're going to want to have to get started. Oh, I forgot my tweezers. You'll want to have a pair of tweezers, and that'll make more sense here in a minute. You want to have some scissors, your brush and your Mod Podge that came with your kit, or if you have your own set of brush and Mod Podge, you can do that. I use gloss Mod Podge. And you'll want to have a cup of water for your brush, paper towel in case we make a mess, and then you'll also want some type of either saran wrap. I like to use gallon Ziploc bags. They work really well. We're going to use that to press out the design. And that's about it to get started. So I'm going to do the circle one today. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is kind of what we always do here is we're going to want to, I think I did this napkin last time, so I'm going to do this one. We're going to want to, I always cut out the design first because then it's less paper to work with. So you want to cut out just the section that you'll be working with. This cut doesn't need to be perfect. And then for this project, there's a couple of ways that you can do it. You can either trace the circle or the square and have the decoupage wrap around, have the whole design kind of wrap around the napkin, or you can just cut out the part that you want. So I'm actually gonna do the tearing method. This is my preferred. A lot of people do the other decoupage method where you can take your brush and you can dip it in and you can wet the area. I can do it here on the edge here. You can wet it, and then as you wet it, you can tear it. You can do it that way. I just like the rough tear personally. And another thing I like about this particular napkin design, you can leave, both of these have like a foliage print on the bottom. You can leave that. You can tear it off if you don't want to use it in this design. It's completely up to you and your creativity and what you want your design to look like. And you can tear the design any way that you want. So one thing I like about doing art is it doesn't have to be perfect. It can just kind of flow into whatever it is that it's going to be. And we just kind of work with it. So after you get that torn, what we want to do is separate these layers. And like I say in most videos, this generally is the hardest part of the project, is getting the layer that you need off of the napkin. So what we want to do is tear the very top layer off. And actually, if you can see here, I got the wrong layer and I pulled the back off. So I'm gonna have to try one more time and get the right layer so that I just have a very fine design. Here we go, got it this time. These are 3-ply napkins, so you can see I got the first ply and now I'm separating the second and third. If you're lucky, you can get the top layer on the first try, but I did not at this time. Okay, so we're gonna wanna kind of eyeball where this is going to be. And the first time I did this, I think my design was a little crooked. So you wanna make sure that your writing is kind of straight. And I just leave that where I want it. Make sure I have it straight. And then I'm just gonna work a little bit of the Mod Podge from the inside out. And right now all I'm doing is just getting enough to kind of tack it down. Oops, and I made it crooked. And I don't wanna work this too much just yet. So again, just give it enough to cover the area that your paper is gonna cover. And you do wanna make sure to get to the edges, but not too crazy yet. Tack that down. Again, we're not making sure the design is perfect yet. We're just making sure that we've got enough Mod Podge to get it all the way around there. Okay, so once we have that, we're going to take our Ziploc bag or saran wrap or whatever you have, and we're going to place that and we're going to push down. I like to hold it down so that it can't move and then work the design out from the center to the outside, and that's how you're going to press out all of the bubbles so that you have a nice readable design on your coaster and you don't have like bubbles in your words so you can't read it. And once you get that all nice and flat, then we're just going to peel this off carefully, and we don't want to mess with it anymore after that. If you keep putting the paper down and messing with it, like if you need to do it again, pick a different part of your paper or your plastic so that it doesn't stick, because as the Mod Podge dries, it can get a little tacky and your design may start to stick. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're just going to do a light layer over the design, and this is going to seal it so that it doesn't come up. And you don't want to work this too much because we do not want to smear the ink on the paper. If you get too crazy and work it too much, you're going to smear that ink and you're going to be sad because you'll have like a smeared design, which I have done myself. So if it happens, don't feel bad because it's happened to me as well. Okay, the next thing that we're going to want to do, you can let this dry if you'd like. For the sake of the tutorial, I'm just going to keep moving on. And we're going to bust out our flowers here. So you could put all your flowers on one of the designs. You could do your second coaster, just all flowers, however you want to do it. What I like to do is just see what I have in here first. And this is why you want the tweezers, because these are actual real pressed flowers. Were live flowers at one time. And so they're very delicate. They're hard to use with your fingers without damaging the flowers, or like you can see a leaf fell off of here of a different one. And so what I like to do is just place a few first to see how I want it to look. I might do something like that with this one. Okay, so I'm actually going to break off this little piece here because I'm not going to use it in my design. All right, so I'm going to actually cover up that little thing they had at the bottom there. So I'm going to do something like that. So now that I kind of have an idea, what I'm going to do is put the Mod Podge down where I'm going to put that flower. And for this one, I am gonna be a little bit more generous on the Mod Podge. I'm not gonna be so light because this is thicker. This isn't a thin tissue that we're working with. So it's probably gonna need a little bit more to stick. And I'm just gonna tap that down. I'm actually gonna move it just a teeny bit because that edge was falling over. And then you can kind of see on mine, I did not do the Mod Podge up high enough, so I'm gonna have to go a little bit up here. Okay, I'm just gonna lightly drag that. I don't wanna smear my jaw there. Okay, so next I'm gonna add a little bit more because I was gonna kind of stack these flowers down here. I think I'm gonna go with this guy next. And you know what? I may end up using this other one that I tore off. I'm gonna put that there. Now, don't forget, as you stack these flowers, you are adding a little bit of thickness if you are going to be using this as a coaster. That will make it a little bit thicker at the bottom, so your drink may be a little bit uneven. You can see like that, I used my finger to tack that down and we lost a leaf. I'm just gonna pull it off. I ain't even gonna worry about it, I'm just gonna pull it off. And then I'm gonna do one more here at the bottom. I wanna do this little starbursty thing. Okay, I've got those on there. So the next thing I'm gonna do is, again, I'm gonna be a little bit generous in this to get these on here, especially since that pink flower is kind of trying to fall apart on me. All right, so I'm gonna coat this. Again, don't work it too much because you might start losing things. Now, what I am noticing is I'm getting some little boogers from the flowers are coming off, so you can just use your tweezers to get those off, and then you can just smooth out that spot there. So those are what's coming off from the inside of that pink flower. So if you're using that pink flower, keep in mind those little seeds are going to want to come out on you. Okay, the last thing that you're going to want to do, because this is gloss Mod Podge, is you can see if we don't cover the rest of the coaster with the gloss Mod Podge, we're going to have some gloss and some not gloss when it dries because we didn't cover the whole coaster. So you're going to want to cover the whole coaster. And again, I'm just kind of working out those little, I take a different brush and just work out those little boogers I got in there. Okay. It's easy to become obsessed when you're working on this stuff. Okay, so that is how I'm going to end that one. The next step I would do once it's dry, I'm not going to be able to do it right now, is you would take your cork portion of whichever matches, and these are stickers. You just peel them off, and then you're going to line it up on the bottom, stick it, push it tight, and then that's how that's going to protect your surface if you're using it as a coaster so it doesn't scratch. I actually, on the first set of these that I did, I am using them on my tier tray, so I didn't even put the cork on the back because I'm using it on a tier tray. You could also put it on a small easel if you want to use it as a shelf sitter. But that's basically it. That's as easy as this project is. And again, you'll have 2 napkins in these and 2 coasters, so you can do 2, and then you'll also have the bags. So I hope you enjoyed that project. Don't forget to share anything that you can create, anything that you do create on social. If you share, if you tag us at Christian Craft Paper, then I can see it. We'd love to feature the designs and the crafts that you make. Until next time, blessed crafting.